real good feeling. This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you spit. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Top of the morning to you laddies. My name is Jebb. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, and I am apparently Jacksepticeye today. Give me a 1 in chat if you got that reference. Guys, it is Friday, not Saturday. We thought it was Friday yesterday, and I'm joined as always by Tim, who has something to say on the matter. How you doing, Tim?
I am doing good. Glad to be back for multiple reasons. First of all, official gooberness happened. I'm out one day, and the whole world forgets what day of the week it is. Not that the predictions change. I think Smay still wins them all, so still congratulations to Smay, but it comes at what cost? You literally forgot the day of the week. And no one. And there's the thing: is Jebb didn't call him out, Zach didn't call him out, and none of you guys.
There were 30,000 views on yesterday's video,
I don't
and
see
nobody
any
said
comments saying, "Guys, it's not Friday." So this is why I'm here. You know, if nothing else, I solved that problem.
That's hilarious, guys. We normally, if you don't know what we're talking about, go over price predictions on Friday. We went over them yesterday on Thursday, but we are joined as always by Smay, who is the perpetrator of this disaster. How you doing, Smay?
Hi.
All the blame's on you, my friend.
I mean, I still won, so.
You did win. It's true. Guys, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, you need to, because my man Smay over here just made the funniest Instagram video I have seen in a very long time in regards to this Bitcoin dump, and you're not going to want to miss it, so follow us at CryptoJebb over on Instagram. It went out yesterday, and it's freaking hilarious. Tim, did you see that?
I did. I watched it last night.
It's great. It was absolutely great. So, Tim, what is in our extensive planning document for today?
Literally, this is the best detailed document I think I've ever seen. Just to give you guys a tick off as to what is happening, absolutely nothing. Literally, as we were in the planning meeting this morning, going through the news, trying to give you guys the best and most informational content we could, we realized there is actually nothing of consequence happening other than a brand new layer of FUD that was put into the space. So, yeah. We are literally just qualming fears today. We are answering questions.
You love that word now. He's been saying qualm.
Qualming?
I think that's a word I've said for a while.
Time out.
No. You just started saying
what
that.
the heck kind of word? That's not how you use the word qualm.
Yeah, I know. That's not even the
how would you
usage
use
of
the word
qualm? Quelling fears. That's the word you're looking for.
I also would
English is
say
hard.
calming fears.
Calming fears, sure. Quelling fear?
Qualming.
Qualming fears.
All
What?
right.
Anyway, we have a super chat by Dog Jr. It's going to be a little bit more casual today than normal, but we are going to be doing a lot of technical analysis. You're going to be getting a lot of great value out of today's stream. Stay tuned, but I do want to go ahead and read this. He says, "Hey, Crypto Jebb and team, Aussie Noob here. I wanted to ask you a question to do with the way you sign off. You always sound like Solid Snake. MGS fan? My friend, I have both of my arms. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's go ahead and do some technical analysis on Bitcoin, guys. We have a lot to talk about. If you're a Metal Gear Solid fan, then you'll know what I'm talking about. That was a reference to the Phantom Pain. Anyway, guys, Bitcoin has obviously gone into a pretty large correction here over the last couple of days, and there are all kinds of theories abounding in the cryptocurrency space about what all of this means. I want to run through a couple of them with you really quickly. Some people are talking about the fact that this looks like an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Some people are saying that this looks like Wyckoff distribution and that they've been using that. We're going to talk about Wyckoff here in a little bit, but I personally think that this is much more akin to this period in time over here in Bitcoin's history. In 2019, Bitcoin had a major rally, corrected, traded sideways for almost a year, and then continued the bull market. A lot of people say that this period in here was a bear market in between this bull market and this bull market. I'm more of the opinion that what we saw was that Bitcoin started the bull market over here in March, April of 2019, and we've been in that bull market ever since. We've just taken on a different shape and a different characteristic and structure than we normally do. Guys, Bitcoin's bull markets, typically speaking, are relatively consistent. They're typically speaking relatively similar to themselves. Notice here we have a pretty major bull market where Bitcoin rallied all the way from $200 to $20,000, and in that time Bitcoin, just like clockwork, every 60 to 90 days would pull back 40%, and it would rally and rally and rally. But not all bull markets in the history of cryptocurrency markets even look like that. If we look at 2012 and 2013, you can see that there was a pretty major sideways trading action right here where Bitcoin pulled back from $360, 80% in 7 days, to $60. This is something I talked about in our collaboration with Max Wright over on his channel yesterday. He talked about how this bull market right now actually looks a lot more like the 2012-2013 bull market than it does like the 2017 bull market. And I want to remind you guys of something. Bitcoin technical analysis and technical analysis in general is not a science. It's an art. And the reason we call it an art is because there are going to be differences. We are not going to see the exact same thing happen every single time. I was a student of astrophysics before I moved into this cryptocurrency thing, and studying astrophysics, I learned that what science really is the study of things that are repeatable. You can repeat an experiment to prove the speed of light. You can repeat an experiment to prove the rotation of the Earth around the sun. You can prove something that is repeatable time after time after time again based on unchanging laws of physics and nature. That's not what happens in cryptocurrency markets. Trends are more general. They're not going to be identical every single time. So let's not get caught up with the idea that, oh, just because Bitcoin has had a bigger correction this time than we did in 2017, then we're obviously going into a bear market. It's really not that simple. That's why we call it more of an art than a science, and that's why we need to use our trends and our history, but we don't want to get dogmatic about that and get locked in to thought processes that might not actually come to pass. We need to take everything on a case-by-case basis, and in this case right now, guys, there is a lot of FUD in the cryptocurrency market, but I pose you a question. Has anything fundamentally changed about Bitcoin in the last month? I mean, seriously, let's go to full screen really quickly and let's discuss this. Has anything fundamentally changed on Bitcoin? Has Bitcoin's underlying intrinsic value moved? Have a lot of people started leaving Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that weren't predisposed to do so anyway because they had weak hands? Has the word of Bitcoin become less spread? Do less people know about Bitcoin now than they did a month ago? Is Bitcoin any worse at solving the problem that it's attempting to solve than it was a month ago? No. The price went down, but that doesn't mean that anything has fundamentally shifted. If anything, I think the fundamentals actually look a lot better now than they ever have before. We've talked about that in previous streams. We're going to talk about it a little bit today, but I would love to hear your thoughts on all of this in the comment section. This is going to be more of a discussion style stream than we normally do, just because there's not much going on to cover. We're going to do more technical analysis, but I want to give some time to answer questions, answer super chats, and interact with you guys.
Yep. We had a couple of super chats. The first one was from Naveen, asking, hey, what is your view on Matic?
My view on Matic, I don't have a view on Matic because I am not a big cryptocurrency. I am big on cryptocurrency. I'm not a big altcoin guy.
Imagine.
That was almost bad. Jebb exposed. Can you believe it? He doesn't know anything about crypto. No, I'm kidding. Polygon Matic is sitting at rank number 17 right now. Tim, if you can take a note of Matic, we might do some brief technical analysis on it later on in the stream if you would like. As far as the fundamentals are concerned, I don't know a whole lot about it. Do either of you guys know anything about it? No? I didn't think so. Okay, guys, I want to apologize for that, but at the end of the day, we don't we don't profess to be an altcoin channel. What we profess to do is that we want to give you the ability to think for yourselves, and we teach you guys how to think, not what to think. So that's how that goes. Anyway.
Yep. Another question we had was from Matt C. Well, actually, not a question, just statement. Which Matt, you do this a lot, so thank you. Great job with Contrarian Dude yesterday. Hope to see more. Do you know anything? Oh, there's a question. Do you know anything about stock to flow charts as Bitcoin long-term price prediction?
Yes, I can definitely talk on that. I love the stock to flow chart. Let me get that up really quickly. Let's do some. I typed in stock to chart. Stock to chart. Let's do it, guys. Clearly, I need some more coffee this morning. Stock to flow on Bitcoin. Let's jump onto my screen and we will discuss this. This is a chart that has been modeled by 100 trillion USD is the app, the handle, and it is based on the principle of stock to flow, which is something that we've talked about quite a bit here on the channel, guys. Stock to flow is a very important metric. Essentially, what stock to flow is a ratio that tells you how quickly a commodity is being produced in relation to how much of it is in existence. So, for example, the stock to flow ratio will always come out as a number. That number, be it 1 or 20 or 40 or 50 or 100, represents the number of years it would take to recreate the current stock of a commodity with its current flow. So let me put it this way. If you have 100,000 pounds of gold in existence and you're creating 1,000 pounds of gold every single year, then that would be a 100 stock to flow, because it would take 100 years to recreate the current stock with the current flow. The reason that's so important is because it's a way that we can measure the scarcity of different commodities, such as gold. Gold has a great store of value over time because of that limited supply characteristic. It has a very high stock-to-flow ratio. It's very difficult to recreate gold. So in that case, it's very difficult to, here's the key word, inflate gold. Because it's very difficult to inflate gold, it becomes a very strong store of value into the future. Due to Bitcoin's halvings, it lowers its flow by 1/2 every 4 years, which is going to crank that stock to flow ratio up. What this chart that we're looking at here has done, it has taken the Bitcoin stock to flow ratio, which is currently sitting at about 60, and it uses that to make a price prediction for Bitcoin. And as you can see here, looking throughout history, it has been very accurate so far. The stock to flow ratio is predicting currently around a $60,000 Bitcoin. That's where we rally to. It also predicts that for the next 4 years or so, we'll probably flatten out somewhere around $100,000, maybe a little bit higher than that. You can see over here that the stock to flow ratio during the 2018 bear market, was sitting at $5,600. That's where Bitcoin bottomed out. Notice it bottomed out right here around $5,600 to $6,000. When it pulled back below the stock to flow ratio, it rallied above it. This is a fantastic question because it actually ties into what I was saying earlier. Has the underlying intrinsic value of Bitcoin changed at all? No. The underlying intrinsic value of Bitcoin is based on this chart. It is based on the stock to flow ratio, and the stock to flow ratio says that Bitcoin should be getting more valuable because it is getting more scarce. Anyone who has done basic study of economics will understand the idea of supply and demand. The supply of Bitcoin is increasing more slowly, but the demand of Bitcoin is increasing more rapidly. That is naturally, over the long run, going to lead to an appreciation in prices. So good. Let's go ahead and read the rest of these super chats.
Yeah, let's get a couple more, and then we can jump into some things you want to talk about with TA.
Cool beans.
So first question, I think someone asked this. People ask this all the time, but Reese asked, should I sell Ethereum for Bitcoin?
So normally I wouldn't tell you guys to be moving around cryptocurrency like that during a correction. In this case, Bitcoin's market dominance is very low at the moment. I actually think if there was any time to be taking profits out of Ethereum, which you probably aren't in profit on Ethereum right now, but if you are, and moving into Bitcoin, I'm not saying today, but somewhere in this climate might not be a bad idea. I talked about this with Max right over on his channel with Contrarian Dude yesterday. Make sure to check out the video we did on our channel and his channel yesterday. He and I both agreed on the fact that Bitcoin's market dominance is very, very low right now. It's sitting at roughly 40%. It should be going up quite a bit. In fact, I can show you guys this. Let's go ahead and jump onto my screen. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of structure in today's stream, so I love answering these super chats. Some of you guys are bringing up some very important concepts. As you guys can see here, Bitcoin's market dominance has absolutely tanked ever since January. We peaked out at 72%, and ever since then, our market dominance pulled all the way back down to 39%. But notice what's been happening over the last couple of days. Exactly what we predicted. We told you guys that whenever Bitcoin bottomed out and whenever the altcoin market crashed along with it, that people would get scared of the altcoin market and they would start to put value into Bitcoin, and it would flip the switch and people would start to look for Bitcoin to be a safer alternative to altcoins. A lot of people are now looking to get out of these smaller cap altcoins. They're looking to get out of the scam coins and the meme coins and the crap coins, and they want to get into something more stable like Bitcoin and even, yes, like Ethereum. We are more than likely, based on a historical analysis, going to see a cycle of people moving from altcoins into Bitcoin, and that is going to mean that Bitcoin is probably going to appreciate and rally faster than the altcoins will. As far as to your exact questions about whether or not you should move from Ethereum into Bitcoin, I don't think that this effect will be as pronounced on Ethereum. I think it'll be more pronounced on the cryptocurrencies outside of the top 10. But it's not a bad idea. I would encourage you to be careful about moving cryptocurrency around right now because we are still in the middle of a gigantic crash. The market is still trying to stabilize itself, so I wouldn't move too much around at the moment, but it's something that I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, but I will encourage you that you're on the right train of thought. Let's put it that way. Let's go to full screen.
Yeah, so I want to move a second away from Super Chats because the whole point of this stream today is to help calm fears, to help people explain, to take a step back and look at what's happening in crypto and not lose their minds and do something foolish. So there's a comment. I've seen Rob Zilla. I've seen you comment a couple times, and I've seen people respond to you and say, like, you're wrong. Here's the thing. Whether you're right or wrong, I want Jebb to answer that and give you. But I think there's a large amount of people who share your opinion or potentially are questioning whether or not what you're saying is true. So Jebb, respond to him. He is saying that we are in a bear market. Look up the definition of bear market. That's what we are in. No one says a bear market has to last a year. No rule says a bull market is only every 4 years. We are in a bear market. And an earlier comment, he says, like, we are hitting lower lows and lower highs. Therefore, we are in a bear market. So Jebb, how would you respond to people who had that concern?
So the fact of the matter is that technically speaking, going back to the Dow theory of markets, he's actually right. So we have to be clear on that. The thing is that the technical definition of bear market and bull market also has to be put together with, look, here's the thing. If we only rely on the technical definitions of things in a market that is ever shifting and has no clear absolute foundation, for example, let me put it this way. In science, the speed of light is 299,000 kilometers a second. Period. It doesn't change. That's just that. If you say that it's anything different, you're wrong. In Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, bull and bear markets are much more of nebulous terms because there's no clear foundation that we're sitting on. There's no clear, absolute, repeatable structure and fact to the space. Things are much more ethereal, if you will. So here's the thing. Technically speaking, he's absolutely right because out on the daily chart and even on the weekly chart, we've set lower highs and lower lows. But the connotation that comes along with a bear market is that the bull market has ended and that we are now shifting into a bear market. So yes, you're absolutely right. No one said that bull markets have to last 4 years because there's no constants in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. There's certain constants in physics. For example, the speed of light is X, and the how much water weighs per cubic centimeter is Y. And there are certain constants. There's no such thing as a constant in cryptocurrency. Things are constantly shifting. That's the nature of markets. Technically speaking, guys, we are in a bear market. Logically speaking, based on the true definition of a bear market, we are in a bear market. Here's the thing, though. Emotionally speaking, I don't want to use that term because I don't want to scare you, because the connotation that comes along with bear market is, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. We're going to go into a bear market for the next 2 years. So you have to understand, my friend, while I actually agree with you, since I am someone that people look to for emotional as well as factual guidance, I don't want to freak people out, even if that means I have to bend definitions, because these definitions are designed to be bent in the first place. Yeah. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, Rob just commented, he said, trust me, I wish it goes back up. I've heavily invested in crypto, but we are in a bear market. A bull market can begin in a month from now, but right now we are bear. Thanks for being honest, y'all. At the end of the day, Rob, thank you for being honest. This is exactly, just so you guys know, this is exactly what we want.
Yeah,
we want
absolutely.
people like Rob to be thinking for himself and to be learning how to think. And he is, Rob, that is what you're doing. You are looking at things, you're learning, you're chewing on it, and then you are informing your own opinion. You're not just listening to a person and just defaulting to what they think. That's exactly what we want all of you to do. So like I said, Jebb, as Jebb just pointed out, technically speaking, you are right. But I think you just said in your last comment, that doesn't mean you're saying that just because we're technically in a bear market, that bear market is going to last for another year.
Yeah, because you guys got to realize as soon as we start using a term like a bear market, everyone and their mother, rightfully so, is going to start hating on us for trying to spread FUD, even if that's the technical term.
Yeah.
Like it just, we have to be very careful with the way we speak because we don't want to be like the rest of the mainstream media that is sensational and is throwing stuff in your face to get you freaked out and get you all emotional so that you'll come back and then have to and then build this emotional dependency on us. We don't want to do that. So that's why we haven't used that term, even though, yes, technically we are in a bear market. It even talks about it in chapter 2, I think, of this book right here. I have it all highlighted and everything. If you guys want to see that, then tell me. Yeah, you're absolutely right, but we just have to be careful with how we talk about those things.
Great question. Great question, though. Let's go back to a couple super chats because we've had some more pop up. So, Kenneth Gardner said, more FUD. Cointelegraph reports Hong Kong to move on banning non-millionaires from buying Bitcoin. Hit the like button. I didn't see that because I was actually looking on that stuff today. That must be brand new, but I think, like you point out, that I don't know how they would even go about banning someone from doing that.
That's really interesting. I actually do have this article right here. Let's look at this. Hong Kong I believe this is what he's talking about. It came out an hour ago.
Yeah.
Hong Kong regulators set to ban retail Bitcoin trading. Only millionaires will be allowed to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in Hong Kong if the SFTB proposal is passed by the city legislature. Yeah, seriously.
I'm not even sure how they would enforce that.
Yeah, Hong Kong's got enough on their plate right now. I don't know how they're going to go about that. Hong Kong regulators have moved to ban retail trading in Hong Kong after months of intense speculation about a likely prohibition. According to the report by Reuters on Friday, the Financial Services and the Treasury Bureau of HK has released the results of its consultation on a possible retail crypto trading ban, which began back in November 2020. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. There are a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges based out of HK, I think. As part of its conclusions, HK's SFTB called for a comprehensive licensing regime for crypto exchanges while restricting trading only to qualified investors per Hong Kong law. Only individuals with portfolios worth 8 million HK dollars, about $1 million, qualify as professional investors. Okay, so this is interesting. And you might be wondering, what in the world is this? Let's go to full screen. Let's discuss this really quickly. There's a concept in America called an accredited investor. Accredited investors, there's certain criteria that you have to meet to be able to invest in certain things, like investing so much money in a REIT or investing so much money in several different things. It looks like this is what they're talking about as a form of accredited investing only in cryptocurrency. Accredited investing definition. I will read this to you for anyone who doesn't know what that is. Let's see if I can find a good definition for this. An accredited investor is an individual or business entity that is allowed to trade securities that may not be registered with financial authorities. They are entitled this privilege access by satisfying at least one requirements regarding their income, net worth, asset size, governance status, or professional experience. So guys, you hear me quite a bit talk about how I think that regulation can actually be a very good thing. This I completely disagree with. This is the government saying, oh, you make so much money, therefore you are allowed to take more risk. That is an infringement on our liberties. I think it is ridiculous, quite frankly, and I completely disagree with Hong Kong wanting to do this. This is one of those things where the government steps in and tries to morally... this is one of the things where a government will try and step in and say, oh, well, you're not smart enough to take this risk on your own. And then this is one of the things that makes the rich richer and the poor poorer, is because there's certain great investments that certain people can't get access to because the government wants to hold them by their hand and be a helicopter parent for them. Frankly, there's a lot of people out there that are not educated enough to know the difference between a scam and a Ponzi scheme and a real solid investment, and that's why this is here in the first place. So as much as I don't like it, you actually can't really blame the government too bad, because at the end of the day, there are so many people out there losing all their money because they never educated themselves. And I'm going to tie it all right back into education, because the government probably wouldn't feel the need to do this unless they want to do it for authoritarian reasons if they didn't think that people were getting burned. And the reason people get burned is because they don't educate themselves. So guys, I encourage you to invest in your education. If you'd like to do so, we actually have a way that we can help you with that. It's called the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, and the link is in the description box down below. Let's move on.
Let's go to some more chat. We got a message from Keith Erdhart. He said, great show, a great team. You guys in BitBoy really keeping me grounded the last few days. Thank you, Keith. Also, speaking of that, I saw a comment. Someone asked, Jebb, why weren't you on BitBoy's show yesterday? Is it because you thought it was Friday?
No. Oh my God.
Thank you for calling that out. Yes.
No. I'll be honest with you guys. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you guys asked about it, the reason I wasn't on Ben's show yesterday, I called out about 4 hours before it started. I had to go home. I was actually kind of concerned that I was going to be hospitalized. I've been working really, really hard lately and not sleeping very well. And as much as I've been trying to work on my diet, apparently, I don't know. I felt like I was going to pass out yesterday. And I honestly, when we go on BitBoy's channel, it drives a lot of traffic our way. It's very good for our business. I did not want to miss that with any bone in my body, but I actually felt I would be injured if I didn't go home yesterday and rest. So that's why I wasn't there. Just in case you wanted to know how seriously I take this, there you go. I wasn't even going to bring it up because I don't want it to look like, oh, Jebb's bragging or anything, but since you asked, that's why.
Yeah. All right, next one. We got Naveen said, great job, guys. Appreciate the honesty and no BS approach. Coming to my question, other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, what would you consider if you are investing now for the long term? Good question.
What do you
I saw
think,
a couple
Tim?
other things in comments that kind of link to this, so this is a great question to answer a lot of people's problems. As far as what I would say for me, because someone even asked me, they're like, hey, do you think altcoins will be hurt long term? Because they actually directed that at me. They said, Crypto Jebb, do you think altcoins will be hurt long term when Bitcoin gets its second leg? And I kind of responded, I cannot speak for every single little altcoin. And the truth is, I'll never will be. There's always going to be that one coin that does something you don't expect it to do. However, I do believe that Cardano and Ethereum both have a lot in their future. And when I say future, I'm not necessarily, I do believe they have a lot in their future long term. But I'm saying over the next couple months, I believe there's some big stuff going to be happening there. A lot of room to grow. So whereas I couldn't speak for every altcoin in general, until something massive happens, I'm still very bullish on Ethereum and Cardano, even short term.
Yeah, no, I think Ethereum, Cardano are great ones. They said Ethereum already, so I think Cardano is a great one to look into. Binance Coin, we have to figure out what's going on with them being under investigation, but if everything turns out to be good there, then Binance Coin I think is a decent option. Basic Attention Token is a small cryptocurrency that is connected to the Brave browser. I think it's a sleeper, to be honest with you, if you're looking for small cap altcoins. Tim loves Chili's. You can look into that. That's a decent project working with sports.
The problem with Chili's, I will say, as much as I do love it, the problem with Chili's is it is still, I mean, every crypto is kind of still in price discovery mode, but some are more aggressive. I think Chili's is like that. It still hasn't got its mass adoption yet. Chili's is one that I'm very bullish on long term. I can't with a definitive statement say I'm extremely bullish on it short term just because of the unknowns.
I'll also say, guys, keep a good eye on Coconut.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, keep it.
I'm not even.
Reminded me, I just want to show.
Smay, you don't even know the days of the week.
Watch. If you ever wonder, I was muted. There we go. If you guys,
Oh, you're muted the whole time?
stop.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, listen to me. If you ever wonder
my
why I
gosh.
don't give my take a lot of the time, it's because this guy right here, as soon as I'll start talking, you ready? You want to see what he does? Yep. Yeah, he does that. He goes,
Hurry up.
wrap it up,
Hurry up, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up.
As soon, and Jebb, am I lying? It's as soon as I start
it's about
talking.
10 seconds in. He gets roughly 10 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. So, guys, this is why I don't give my take on things. And that's why I keep myself muted.
To be
Just
fair,
so you
just
know.
so you guys know, I do it to Jebb. Do I not do that to you?
He does it to
several
me
times?
all the time.
It's when I want us to get to another point because I'm trying to give you guys the best content possible. I say, hey, let's just wrap the point up. Smay, he got really mad about it the other day because he was talking. What point were you talking about?
No, okay. This is why I got mad about it. Because I was specifically asked. Jebb said, hey, what's your take on XRP? I started to talk about it, and Tim's like, I'm like,
That is
bro.
not true. It was not about XRP. It was about.
No, it was about
Yes, it
some
was. It was
It was about
XLM.
some coin that literally we had comments, people saying
No,
nobody
it was
cares about
about
that.
Yeah,
XLM
yeah,
and
it's true.
XRP. That's what it was about.
We'll settle it this way. Let us know in chat. Are you a fan of the wrap it up signal, or do you think that is a wrong thing to do?
Give us a
You
1 in
guys let
chat
us
if you
know.
agree with Tim, a 0 in chat if you disagree with Tim.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, guys. That's really funny.
All right, well, let's answer this question right
let's do
here.
it.
So I don't have to copy and paste and go back to it later. We are going to try to answer all these super chats. So this one just posted by Tatsuya. I think that's how you pronounce it.
It's a cool name.
Hey, what is your guys' aspect on Bunny altcoin getting robbed for $200 million through the flash loan exploit? I saw that. There was an article yesterday talking about it literally dropped by 96% yesterday. I know nothing about. I'm gonna let Jebb answer because I don't know if you know about it either. I don't know much about
I
Bunny,
didn't
but I
see
know
that.
that sucks for whoever was in
I
it,
did not
so.
see that. Yeah, guys, no, look, I don't know anything about that cryptocurrency. Based on what he just said, this is why I don't want you guys investing in small cap crap coins. Okay, we don't curse on this channel, but you know what I'm getting at. Like, there's a lot of stupid altcoins that are based on nothing. And I'm not even saying that's the case with this coin. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. The point is, when you don't have strong fundamentals, this kind of thing can happen. And I feel bad for everyone who is heavily invested in this cryptocurrency, but a good cryptocurrency should not be able to be hacked. You can't hack Bitcoin. You can't do it. Period. So guys, this is why you got to educate yourself so that you don't get stuck in those things. Anyway, yeah. So let's see. Any more super chats?
To be fair, it's looking pretty split.
It is looking pretty split.
Someone $2 Canadian says the beard just lost points, so someone paid to vote against.
Yeah,
me.
that's.
But
so
as
that
far as the
counts
ones
more.
and zeros, I don't know. That's
I think
That's hilarious.
pretty even.
I
So I guess we'll agree to disagree.
No,
we'll
I think people. One guy made a really good point. He said the amount of time wasted goobering is time that Smay never waste. So.
Man, you are the king of
what
moments.
No,
Did you not see our Instagram?
No, us goobering about it. I mean, like I could have just given my take and we would have wasted
Well,
less time.
to be
This is
fair,
a good point.
I didn't wrap up his point. That was Jebb, and then you decided to comment on it.
Well, because
Tim
it was
sitting over
important.
here minding his own business.
It was important.
All
because-
right. Anyway, guys, this is going to be enough of that. But we are going to move on to some Ethereum technical analysis. I know you guys are interested in that. So let's go ahead and talk Ethereum. Any more super chats, go ahead and send them, and we will try and answer as many as possible. For anyone tuning in for the first time, normally we have much more structure in this stream, but it's Friday. We want to have some fun. And quite frankly, there's not a lot to talk about today anyway. So we wanted to interact with the community a little bit here. Let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum, guys. Ethereum capped out, as you know, at $4,400 and change and pulled back 53% in the span of 8 days. If something like this freaks you out, I posted a video in my car 2 days ago, and I want you to go and watch it. It's called, If You're Thinking About Leaving Bitcoin and Cryptocurrencies, Watch This Video First. If you haven't seen that video, you need to go watch it. You will thank me after you have. Anyway, Ethereum bounced all the way from $2,000 to $2,075. Speaking is hard. And from there, we've traded sideways over the last 24 hours. Our bounce has been, what are you laughing at, Tim?
Nope, keep going.
Cool. All right. Tim's over here distracting me with his laughs. Anyway, Bitcoin and Ethereum have bounced, and they are now trading sideways. Something I want you guys to understand is that we pulled back 40-odd%, and we've bounced and rallied only about half of the way back to where we started. This is indicative that a lot of money is still sitting on the sidelines. This means that a lot of money is still waiting to see what happens next. In fact, on Bitcoin and Ethereum, there is a pretty obvious downtrending level of resistance that we need to be paying attention to as well. It's not perfect. It's more of like a downtrending curve of resistance. You can see it right here, where this market just waterfalled off the top of our all-time high touch. Excuse me. Right now, we have to see what Ethereum is going to do next. So let's look at the daily chart. There's quite a bit that we need to discuss out there. Namely, if we start with the MACD, we can see that the MACD is starting to reverse, or at least it looks like it might be about to soon. As you can see here, we can see that the distribution between the histogram bars down here is starting to converge on itself. We are starting to see less divergence on the MACD. Remember, MACD stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. We're starting to see less divergence, which means that we might be about to see a big reversal in the histogram, which means that the MACD may be looking for a bullish cross relatively soon. It's a signal that we might be coming close to the bottom. A lot of times, especially on Bitcoin, I can show you this. Whenever we start to see a histogram reversal on Bitcoin's MACD, and it's the same thing on Ethereum too. Generally speaking, it is at the bottom. We can see right here, happened here, happened here, happened here, and happened here. Notice the last 4 times that the histogram started to change color on Bitcoin, that was the bottom of the market. And the same thing is generally speaking true for Ethereum. We can see right here, the last time that we saw a major histogram reversal was the bottom. One of the other major times that we've seen a histogram reversal was right here. And guess what? That was too at the bottom of the market. Not at the top, it was at the bottom. It is something that we need to pay attention to, and we need to be looking at this over the next couple of days to see if it will finally reverse. We can also see if the RSI jumped off the metaphorical cliff. We haven't seen it jump off the metaphorical cliff that quickly for several months. You could even argue that it hasn't happened since the last year in March, and that means that this market is massively oversold. One thing I want you to keep in mind about RSI that almost no one else is going to tell you is that you don't just need to look at the value that the RSI is sitting at. You need to look at the momentum in the RSI. How quickly did the RSI get to where it is? We can see here that RSI pulled back from 83 to 36 in the span of 8 days. You very rarely see RSI crash that fast. So even if we didn't go down to 26 or 27, we have still become very overextended by nature of how fast we moved down there. We wouldn't have been as overextended even if we went down to 30, but it took us 2 months, as if we went down to 35, but it only took us 8 days. We've seen a gigantic crash on Ethereum, a gigantic crash on Bitcoin. I am not telling you for certain that the bottom is in. I think it personally is, but we have to wait and see on that. As we can also see right here, the TD sequential got massively overextended. We had our correction from that. Guys, here's my opinion on Ethereum. So let's go to full screen. I'm going to answer this, and then I want to hear your thoughts in chat. I think that Ethereum and Bitcoin are both going to see their value start to slowly come back. I don't think we're going to see them run to all-time high in the next couple of days. I don't think it's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. But I do still think that the rest of this year is going to be very bullish for these cryptocurrencies. I do, however, worry for anyone in a cryptocurrency outside of the top 10. I think we're going to see a little bit of a crypto winter, not insofar as it being a bear market, but insofar as people being scared of the small cap altcoins, of which they've just lost a lot of money in, and pushing that money back into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the other major cryptocurrencies. So I want to hear your thoughts on that in chat.
You know what? I think to make amends, Smay, what do you think? You have 10 minutes to give us every thought
10
you've ever
minutes.
had.
Sorry,
Yes.
I don't need the Tim time. I can make my
Well, I
take.
offer an olive
like
branch.
half
You trying
the
to throw
time.
me under the bus? Okay.
My gosh.
I just need a minute right now.
All right, Smay, let's hear it. What you got?
Ethereum good.
Ethereum good.
Ethereum good.
Dang. Oh, what a good take.
Too long. Wrap
What a
it
good
up.
take. Man,
Yeah, I know. I could
crank
feel him
that.
wagging his finger at
Crank
me
that
already.
crap. Guys, let's go ahead and read some super chats here.
Yeah, let me see.
You
Let me
have-
see. Make sure that let's see if there's any specific about Ethereum because I've been copying and pasting all of them. I don't think that there is. So therefore, none of these are going to be about it. Okay. All right. Here we go. The oldest one we have here. iPilot says review Digibyte chart
Digibyte.
and feedback to coin.
If we have time, then we will do that.
Let me write that down.
Write down Digibyte.
DGB.
Oh, and by the way, before we go on, I just want to encourage you guys to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, we've been averaging over 1,000 subscribers a day lately, so thank you so much for everyone who is new here. And by the way, in case you haven't already, we have an affiliate link for Bybit linked in the description box down below. If you'd like to get access to a fantastic cryptocurrency leverage trading platform, Bybit has a great user interface, great customer support. It has great customer support, and it is also our recommended exchange. If you'd like to sign up, the link is in the description box down below. You'll be glad you did. Like I said, it's the one that we recommend, and since that is an affiliate link, you will be helping to support our channel as well if you decide to go that route.
Yes. Another good question. I think everyone would like this one. Tim Campbell asked, can you get Jebb to discuss which is the best stablecoin to swing to when dumps are happening?
Oh boy, there's always controversy about the stable coins, guys. So there are...
Jebb, can you try to get the camera's attention? It's getting a little distracted.
Oh.
Why, hello. Why, hello. Did I lose focus?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, you're good now. You're good
Got to
now.
bob and weave a little bit, get the camera
go.
back on me.
good.
Guys, Tether is always getting hate, quite frankly. I personally use Tether whenever I'm switching into a stablecoin simply because it's normally the one that has the most adoption across all platforms. It is very uncommon for me to be in a stablecoin for very long. So you can go with the Gemini dollar or some of these other stablecoins that you can see over here. USD coin is decent. At the end of the day, guys, the reason that we don't talk about all the stablecoin controversy is, quite frankly, I don't think you ought to stay in a stablecoin for very long. If you're going to hold crypto, you should probably hold it in crypto. So that's why I don't talk about it a whole lot. I personally just use US dollar Tether, even though there's a lot of things that people complain about it with, and they're probably right, to be honest with you, but oh well.
All right. I'm going to get this one out of the way real quick just so I don't lose it. We're going to do some of these flash. Go as quickly as
Flash,
possible.
let's do it.
All right. Robert R. says, thoughts on Alessio
Rastani.
Yeah. Idea that Bitcoin needs to hold the 34-week EMA or price could collapse further.
34-week EMA. Okay, so I know we said we're going to do some flash analysis, but we do need to look at
Yeah,
that
might
one.
be a little deeper, yeah.
So Alessio Rastani is someone I've been watching for a very long time. I've actually had him I've actually recommended him on the channel several times before. I haven't looked at the 34 weekly EMA, but if we jump onto my chart, then we can see that it is right here. In case you're wondering where he got that number from, 34 is a Fibonacci number, so it makes sense that that is a level that he would be looking at. As we can see here on the weekly chart, it is a level similar to the 20 weekly EMA that Bitcoin does tend to bounce off of, and I'm inclined to agree with him, actually. I want us to hold above that 34 weekly EMA, which is sitting right around $40,000. I don't think if we fall below that, it's the end of the world, but it is something that we want to be paying attention to. So shout out to Alessio Rastani. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, you should. He used to be the biggest cryptocurrency channel in the entire space. He's a good guy, as far as I know. I don't know him personally, but anyway.
All right, Navasa says, being that inflation is here for the foreseeable future, how would you discern the performance of a coin between inflation and actual use adoption?
By looking at its underlying use case and seeing how well it's doing that. So for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is designed to be a limited supply, and it's designed to be used by everyone. So on Bitcoin, I'm going to look at what does its stock to flow ratio look like, and I'm going to look at its adoption metrics. If those two things are increasing, then I'm happy. If those two things are going down for some reason, I'm not happy. The number of people adopting Bitcoin is greater now than ever before in the history of cryptocurrency. Its stock to flow ratio is continuing to increase, as we've just had a halving roughly 10 months ago. So based on those metrics, I think Bitcoin's doing great. Look at what problem the cryptocurrency is trying to solve, because these are all capitalistic endeavors at the end of the day. They're trying to give a solution to a problem. See how well they're solving that problem? It's really simple. Everybody thinks that the news and the FUD and China, oh gosh, China and India, oh no, not India, and Canada, not Canada, and it doesn't matter. Is the project doing what it set out to do? Then its value will go up. Pretty simple.
All right.
Good question.
We had a question here from Super Googly. Hong Kong investor here. This doesn't scare us one bit. Worst case is we have to use the VPN, and that's the point of Bitcoin. So I think he's responding to the Hong Kong news.
Yep.
So great. Yes. That's awesome. Navasa, which I have another one, I think. Or Navasa asked one, I think I asked just a second ago. This might be... You might be able to answer this really quickly. She asked, or he asked, I don't know if Navasa is a he or she. With all the inflation that is brewing for the unseeable future, how much will this affect pricing and subsequently TA, inflation versus adoption? So yeah, she kind of asked that question. Do you want to elaborate at all, or are you...
The answer is yes.
Yes. Okay, good.
It will affect it, and it will cause Bitcoin to do very well.
All right, Charlton Ellis says, pretty new to crypto, got some spare money on the side to play, and already have put $1,500 into XRP. Love the project. Crypto is all I think about now. Okay. Charlton, I don't like that. I don't like that you did that, but I'm glad you're excited. Richard Haviland.
Tim hates XRP, and we've talked about in previous videos why we don't like XRP. I don't want to leave him hanging.
Oh my god.
The reason that I'm not a fan of XRP, and Tim is getting this from me, but he obviously thinks for himself too. XRP's project has nothing to do with its price, so it's kind of a free-floating asset that doesn't really have a reason to be worth what it's worth, in my opinion.
And it also is literally the opposite of what crypto is.
It is antithetical to what crypto is trying to do.
Yeah,
so
it's hard.
Yeah, and you could have heard about my take on that yesterday, but it is what it is.
okay.
All right, Richard Haviland says, great job as usual, everyone. Jebb, get some rest. Yes. Richard, you are correct.
I'm trying.
We will have to force him probably. We'll get
probably
you some, get you to the hospital and get you I don't know. Anyway,
Sleeping.
Get us some sleep.
Bala corn. Yeah, but I think there's drugs that'll help that.
Oh yeah, IV.
He's trying to encourage me to take drugs. Stay on drugs, don't do
Ooh,
school,
you should
kids.
take melatonin, bro.
I did.
Oh.
All right, back to questions. Bala Karam, and also I'm not knowing if there's any super chats. I'm reading a document, so let me know if there's anything new.
Yeah.
Bala asks, Jebb, are you still dropping the video today on Bybit? Also, do you have a group for the CT2A members? Good question.
2 questions. Are we dropping that video on Bybit? Good question. Producer, are we dropping that video today? When does that go out? I have no idea.
That is a Zach question. Once
Okay.
it leaves
Well, it's in our
production,
editing
that's his
pipeline, so if it
question.
doesn't come out today, it will be coming out this. It'll be coming out this coming week. I apologize for that if it doesn't come out today. Also, do you have a group for CT2A members? We have a free group. It's called our Discord server. It's linked in the description box down below. I almost never mention it, but it is down there. If you'd like to join that, a lot of our members of the academy are over there. We do want to have a more rigorous structure for that in the future. Is that Zach?
Bybit video will come out today.
Bybit video is coming out today. We just got told by our chief editor it's coming out today. So there you go. Let's see.
Ooh, Chief editor,
Jebb,
I like
can
it.
you it says, can Jebb show us how he personally uses Lux Algo? I don't know if that's something you can do right this very second, but that is definitely something we can do in the future, right?
Yes, that's something we can do in the future, and that's something that we actually have made a video on. There is a video on the channel where I talk about Lux Algo and I talk about some trade setups with it. I'd encourage you to go back and watch that, and we will be using it more in the future. If you would like to sign up for Lux Algo, it is an indicator pack, and it is fantastic. There's a link in the description box down below. If you use coupon code Jebb at checkout, you'll get 20% off. You'll be helping to support our channel while also getting access to some fantastic indicators that will help you in your analysis. Guys, before we go any farther, because we do want to answer some more super chats here before we wrap out, because we have about 4 minutes left, I want to encourage you to sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because we stand for integrity, and because we stand for you. This channel is not about us, and the Academy is not about us. The Academy and this channel is about you. It is our job to equip you with the skill sets and the mindsets and the wisdom and the abilities to go and do technical analysis in the cryptocurrency space so that you can use that in your trading and in your investing and become a more profitable trader and investor. If you'd like to sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, the link's in the description box down below. Let me show you what it looks like briefly if we can jump onto my screen. CT2A is our academy that we launched nearly 3 years ago now and has served over 4,000 students. We have 36 videos and 12 hours of high quality content in here teaching you everything you need to know about technical analysis, which you have seen me doing throughout this live stream and all the time during Coffee and Crypto. At the end of the day, guys, you have to invest in your education. I even say it in my biography up here, the best investment one can make is an investment in oneself. You will never find a better investment than one in yourself. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, not XRP, not Dogecoin, not stocks or gold or commodities or ETFs or anything. The best investment you will ever make is an investment in yourself, an investment in your own education, and that is what we are here to do. If you're interested in learning more about technical analysis, I encourage you to sign up. There's new content coming out, by the way, for anyone who's been looking forward to that over the next couple of months. That should start dropping in the next several weeks, so look forward to that. Everyone in CT2A right now will be grandfathered, and they will get that content for free. So if you join now, you're going to be getting access to all current content and all future content. So check us out with the link in the description box down below. Let's answer a couple more super chats, then we're going to have to go here.
Wrap it up. All right, what is your thought on Link and Dot, and do you think both will hit over $300 at the end of the year?
I think Dot is a fantastic project. I'd have to look at its current price. Do I think it'll hit over $300 by the end of the year? Probably not, to be honest with you. Link, let's see. Link, I kind of don't think either one of them will, to be honest with you. I'm not basing that on a whole lot. I'm just basing that on the idea that I don't think they're going to 10x by the end of the year. I could be wrong on that. I don't think I am, but yeah, I appreciate the question.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm just going to be real. We're not going to actually be able to answer every single one because we are wrapping this stream up very quickly.
Yep.
But I'm going to try to answer as many as we can before we do wrap it out. First one, Ingredients asks, I'm excited. I've excited now all of USD to be secure, but now can't understand for what I should look for to enter back to alts and Bitcoin. Rewording that, I think what he's saying is he wants to know what he should be getting back into. He doesn't know between
I would keep your portfolio over 50% Bitcoin and then do whatever you want with the altcoins, but just do your research and make sure you're investing in a project that has a real use case, real utility, and real adoption. If you do that, then you should be fine.
I'm gonna kind of wrap something. There's a couple little altcoins just to save you guys. If you were asking about an altcoin, Jebb does not study little altcoins. He looks at big picture stuff and education on how to think about crypto in general. But there is something I've seen not only in a super chat, but in a couple different messages. So this is to answer all you guys. Jebb, really quickly, last thing before we wrap out the stream, will you go look at Bitcoin? Something is happening on the Bitcoin chart. And someone said, look at the 15-minute chart. Like specifically it says, we are pumping on the 15-minute chart, boys. Love you, Jebb. You've been my guy since the start. People are saying, look at the 1 hourly chart. There's something happening. I was looking. I'm not seeing it, but that doesn't mean that that's...
Sure thing. Let's go ahead and look at the 15-minute chart really quickly, and then we're going to wrap it out. What he might be talking about is this 15-minute candle where we're sitting above the 15-minute moving average down here. Let's change this back to the 20 EMA. You can see that we're pulling it back on the 15-minute chart. We have this large upper candlestick, and there looks like there is a pretty major dump going on over the last couple of minutes. Guys, at the end of the day, there is a lot of volatility in the space right now, and little things like this, first of all, we have to have perspective. This might look like a big dump. It's nothing in comparison to everything that's happened in the last couple of days. Bitcoin is correcting. Yes, this is why I told you guys to be careful about moving around crypto during the sideways movement after a major dump. There is so much instability. Let me put it this way. The last time that you want to build a house is the day after an earthquake because the ground has not settled yet, and whatever foundation you lay is going to get cracked. You want to wait until the sand and the ground has settled a little bit. Don't build a house on a sand foundation. Right now, cryptocurrency has just been shaken up a lot, and we got to let the pieces fall before we start trying to play chess with them. So that is what I will say on that. Let's go to full screen and wrap it out.
All right, Jebb, what I want you to do is just wrap this whole stream into one pretty bow. What is the last message you want to leave everyone with? Because this is the last stream of this week. We will be back at 9:30 on Monday. give you our predictions for next week. But Jebb, how do you want to wrap out this one?
Yeah, guys, I just really want to encourage you to invest in yourself. It's one of the things I talk about all the time here on the stream. It's one of the things that we stand for here. And I truly believe, based on my own experience and based on the experience of both of these gentlemen I'm blessed to be here with, and based on the experience of everyone I've ever met that is successful in any capacity, that the best investment you will ever make is an investment in yourself. If you invest in your own education, if you invest in your own wisdom, if you invest in your own mindsets, if you invest in your own network and your own resources and your health and your habits and your well-being, you will be glad you did. So many people think that the way that they're going to change their life is by investing in cryptocurrencies and by getting more money to their name. But I can tell you, as someone who's made their first $1 million before I've even turned 21, and I'm not saying that to brag, but I am saying that to tell you that I know what I'm talking about. Money isn't everything. Your well-being and your health and your family is, though, and the way that you can help those things is by focusing on diligently educating yourself every single day. There's a principle called the 5-hour rule, and it says that every single person that has ever made $1 billion in their life, no matter how busy they are, dedicate at least 5 hours every single week to improving themselves. So, guys, focus on self-improvement, not just in crypto, but in every aspect of your life, and you'll be glad you did. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's stream. I will see you on Monday, but before we go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.